Damaging evidence in the Oscar Pistorius trial, a famous judge behind bars, and a guilty verdict for Madoff's staffers. Those are just some of today's legal headlines.
And celebrity divorce lawyer Vikki Ziegler joins us on the couch to go over today's big stories. So welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks
great to see everybody.
Here. Yes, great to see you too. And now let's go over the first one. The verdict is in for Bernie Madoff's staffers. What's going on here?
Shocker. I mean, let me tell you. I mean, they were honestly convicted of various different situations, like securities fraud, conspiracy, cooking the books. I mean, very serious charges. Honestly, I think taking the stand sometimes does not help people and actually can hurt them. And I think people didn't feel sorry for them. Oh, wow, you have a $2.5 million shore house. You're making millions of dollars.
And you're a secretary.
Right. Hello. Right. God, don't even, I hope my secretary's not watching this. Because certainly.
Don't get any ideas.
Those are huge salaries. And you know what? I think you can't really blame one person. I think it's actually vindication for all the people that were honestly schemed out of millions and billions of dollars. I think it's a good day. I don't think they're necessarily going to get the book thrown at them, facing 78 to 202 years in jail. I don't think that's going to happen.
Lest we forget, this ruined people's lives.
Yes.
I mean, this was a big, big crime.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, retirees, people had to go back to work in their 70s and 80s. I mean, that's ridiculous.
Yes.
Right. So, I mean, what Bernie Madoff did with his entire team. Now, I mean, the court has spoken, the jury has spoken. Everybody now has some culpability, and I think it's a good thing.
All right. So we have some new details coming out in the Oscar Pistorius trial.
Yes. So my family's from South Africa, so I'm very near and dear to this story, and I'm trying to hear what's going on there on the ground. And everyone is saying now these new text messages that his girlfriend had been sending him before she was actually killed are going to be very damaging. And the reason why, there's a premeditated murder issue or just a murder charge. The difference is, if in fact he was aggressive with her, she was afraid for her life, and then she was killed, remember, on Valentine's Day. This premeditation argument gets stronger and stronger. That's what I think is going to be very damaging in the weeks to come.
What's the threshold to prove premeditation?
So the thought is, in your mind, did you prepare to kill her, or did it just happen out of spite? Did it happen because you thought there was an intruder? What was in your mind? It's called mens rea, and it's a similar legal issue in South Africa. Hard to prove, but now all of these pieces of evidence are going to allow the prosecution to try to show he was an aggressive, assaultive, very jealous man, had rage issues. And you know what? Unfortunately, the question becomes then, if your girlfriend's not in the bed, she's nowhere to be found, and you think there's an intruder in the bathroom, woman screaming, neighbors here, the story doesn't add up. And that's very problematic for him.
Well, we're going to continue to follow that. But now this one was so surprising yesterday. Judge Joe Brown on the other side of the bench. I looked at my Twitter and I was like, whoa, really?
I agree. This is so rare. I mean, honestly, first of all, sitting on the bench and being a lawyer in the courtroom, you have to respect the judge. They wear the robe. This is their courtroom, their terrain. And to be yelled at 5 times to calm down, Judge Joe, relax, relax. You're going to be called today, because he wasn't called apparently in the morning and he wasn't on the docket, so he'd have to wait till the afternoon.
What happened,
apparently he got rowdy, freaked out, and I'm waiting to see the video. I have to think there's a video going to surface from the courtroom.
That's the hope today.
That's what I know.
Well,
He's standing by our TVs waiting.
There's an audio tape of it, and he just will not back down.
Do you think that this is like a case of somebody who has power and is not used to being in that position?
I think it's got to be that. I mean, or he didn't get any sleep, he had a bad day, but come on, this is about ego. You know what? You get called when you're called as lawyers. You know what? We're at the mercy of the schedule of the judge, and when you're not called, you know what? You have to sit down. You may not like it, but your clients are paying for your time, so sit down and take it.
And he should know that as a judge.
And to be put in jail for 5 days is rare. I mean, a fine, I can see, but to be jailed, he must have been out of control.
You're out of order.
And he's running for district attorney. How's that going to go? Okay, let's talk about divorce, your specialty.
Yes, okay.
And you say finances play a huge role.
They do. It's really the #1 reason why people get divorced. So people can't be sneaky. They can't go buy that dress and hide it all the time. You want to make sure that you're communicating properly and everybody knows what's going on with the family finances. You also can't do sneaky saving, because when you're sneaky spending, you're sneaky saving, putting that Corvette account away, or maybe, Carolina has that Chanel account.
I have my account in the Cayman Islands. What's wrong with that?
I don't see any problem.
For a rainy day.
Diverting marital assets, no problem at all.
What's the third one?
And you really can't justify your sneaky behavior. You want to be open and honest, be able to talk about things know where you both stand. So in the event that you have an issue, you both can actually go out and celebrate and just stay in love forever. That's the key here.
But on TV, it said juvenile justification. I cannot justify my juveniles.
No.
No, I can't.
And I couldn't get out.
those.
I couldn't really say the juvenile word.
Yes,
You know what I mean? Because none of you are juvenile.
No, nothing like
Oh, Vikki
that.
Ziegler, thank you so much for joining us on the couch and helping us make sense of all of this. We'll see you again soon, we hope.
Yes.